Which dating app is the best in 2023? In this video, we're gonna find out. If you're new to the channel, I am your go-to source for helpful and entertaining online dating videos. So make sure you pound that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get into the video. Now in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down the top 3 dating apps: Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. I'm gonna go through the statistics of each dating app, some of the new features that they've rolled out within the past year, and really give you my professional opinion on each dating app's features, benefits, and ultimately the success that people are having on these dating apps right now. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because that is when I will break down the decision on which dating app is the best in 2023. First up, Tinder, the largest dating app in the world. With more than 75 million daily active users, Tinder is the #1 dating app in the world. Tinder is available in over 197 countries around the world, with the US being their largest subscriber base. Now, Tinder is a swipe-based app where users can either choose to swipe right to accept a match or swipe left to reject a match. Tinder also allows users to send what is called a super like, which essentially lets the recipient of the like know that you've sent them the like, whereas typically when you're swiping on Tinder, it tends to be more anonymous. Now, in the past, Tinder has mostly been known as a hookup app where people go strictly for casual dating online. But as the dating app landscape has become more competitive, Tinder has dramatically altered the features and user experience on the app to cater to a variety of different dating preferences. This year in particular, Tinder has added so many new ways for users to add personal information to their profile, which previously did not exist. This includes everything from their texting style, their sleeping habits, and even their relationship goals. Now, these are features that pretty much every dating app other than Tinder had up until this point, but Tinder has finally decided to take the leap of faith and allow users to fill out much more detailed profiles. And it's understandable why Tinder is making these changes. As other dating apps like Bumble and Hinge continue to grow, year after year, Tinder's done a really good job of staying on trend and implementing the best features of other dating apps, rolling them out onto Tinder for users there. That's what's allowed them to have a competitive edge year after year and remain the largest dating app in the world. But with all that said, Tinder actually dropped one of their very distinct features this year, a feature that kept users coming back for more and created a truly unique experience on Tinder. And that was Tinder's classic Tinder Swipe Night series. Tinder Swipe Night was an interactive video game, choose your own story experience within the Tinder app. Users would be put in some sort of doomsday scenario or murder mystery, and they would have to go throughout the game collecting clues and try to determine the best outcome. And the most fun part was, every week when you were finished your episode of Tinder Swipe Night, you could see what decisions other people made in the game and swipe based on what they did, which I always found a really cool and unique feature and something that made Tinder just feel really different than a lot of the other dating apps out there. Now, unfortunately, Tinder hasn't hosted a Tinder Swipe Night in over a year now. And that just leaves me a little bit disappointed with Tinder in 2023. So hopefully Tinder can roll out another Tinder Swipe Night in the future, but not gonna lie, it's been a while, doesn't look promising. It is kind of sad to see Tinder walk away from something that made their app truly unique. It seems as though Tinder is more focused in blending in as its competitors grow over the years, rather than standing out as it has done such a good job of in the past. Maybe it's just better for business, but it does feel a little bit as though Tinder is losing its brand identity in 2023. All right, speaking of business, let's talk about Tinder's paid features. So Tinder has 3 tiers of paid subscription services on the app. First off is Tinder Plus, which goes for about $13.50 a month, depending on where you live in the world. Now, when users get Tinder Plus, they are rewarded with unlimited likes, unlimited rewinds, which means if you accidentally swipe left on someone, you can rewind and have the opportunity to swipe right again. You get Tinder Passport, which allows you to change to any location in the world, which I really love, and I have a whole series of that you can go check out right over here. And it also just gets rid of all the ads on Tinder, which can be kind of spammy. Now, for almost double, $22.50 per month, you can unlock Tinder Gold, which gives you all of the features of Tinder Plus as well as the ability to see who liked you. 10 top picks every single day, 5 super likes per week, and 1 boost per month. Now, if you're absolutely loaded and want to go crazy here, you can upgrade to Tinder's Platinum package for a whopping $26.99 per month. Now, Platinum gives you everything in Tinder Plus, everything in Tinder Gold, as well as the ability to send messages before you even match with someone. So you can send a little message with your likes, prioritize likes, so basically a month-long boost, and also allows you to see all of the likes that you've sent within the past 7 days. Which begs the question, do you need to buy one of these paid packages to find success on Tinder? Well, it depends. You see, Tinder leads men on to believe that the reason they aren't getting matches is because they're only using the free version of the app. And if they simply just pay a few dollars, Tinder will unlock all of the matches for them. And if you're sitting on 99 plus likes and you find yourself just wasting a lot of time swiping, yeah, you know what? Buying Tinder Gold and just being able to see all of your likes will really allow you to streamline the swiping process and probably save you a lot of time. But if you're not really getting any likes on Tinder's free version, it's probably a sign that your profile is just not working. And paying Tinder money to put a poorly optimized profile in front of more people is not going to help you. And that's because it's not solving the root of the problem. The root of the problem isn't that, women aren't seeing your profile, it's that they're seeing it and they don't like it. They swipe left. It's like paying somebody money to put your resume on the CEO's desk, when you want a job at that company. Yeah, you can pay to put the resume on the CEO's desk, but if your resume isn't optimized and you don't actually meet the qualifications for that job, the CEO isn't gonna take more than one look at that resume and throw it off to the side. And it's likely that women are probably doing the same with your profile if you're not getting matches on free Tinder. Long story short, before you decide to invest money in Tinder Gold and other premium services, you need to make sure that your profile is actually optimized. Now, I've reviewed thousands of Tinder profiles and I can confidently say that 80% of men are making common mistakes that make it easy for women to swipe left and reject their profiles. But if you can fix those common mistakes and replace them with best practices, you'll be in a position where you're getting more matches than you can handle. Now, I've compiled all of these common mistakes in my ultimate dating profile guide, the Matchbook. I've also included over 50 sample bios, over 50 sample photos, as well as the step-by-step process that I use to get over 1,000 Tinder matches in less than 6 weeks. So if you're ready to fix your Tinder profile and start matching more beautiful women, hit the link in the description of this video and get instant access to the Matchbook today. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Tinder is really trying to pivot. They've always been more of a hookup app, but lately they're trying to accommodate to a more diverse range of dating goals. But with that said, I still think of the 3 dating apps we're gonna cover in this video, Tinder is still the most casual. You're gonna find people looking for a variety of different things, but on average, most people on there are just looking to date casually. The best strategy on Tinder is just optimize your profile with high quality, candid photos that clearly show what you look like and show yourself at your best. And while Tinder is now giving you a ton of options to include personal information in your profile, I recommend that you stay away from including too much information. People don't take Tinder as seriously as other dating apps, so you kind of want to play it cool. Avoid making your profile look too try-hard, avoid having a super long bio, keep it fun, keep it playful, and this applies to your text game as well. Don't take yourself too seriously there, just have fun with it and you'll definitely get the best results on Tinder. Because Tinder has so many users, there are a lot of time wasters on there, so you also want to use your text game to efficiently separate the time wasters from the people that are actually looking to date and have the same intentions as you. And once you find people that you vibe with, that you have the same intentions with, take them off Tinder, get their number, and set up a date over there. So that pretty much covers Tinder. Now, the second biggest dating app in the world right now is Bumble. Now, Bumble has a whopping 12.3 million daily active users, which makes it the second biggest dating app in the world. Bumble is actually the only major dating app that isn't owned by Match Inc. If you don't know what Match Inc. is, it's basically this huge corporation that owns basically every dating app, and any dating app that starts up and starts to get traction is just acquired by Match. But Bumble is like a lone ranger out here in the dating app world that is just completely independent. And the reason Bumble is independent is actually a pretty cool story. After facing some discrimination and harassment, Tinder's co-founder, Whitney Wolfe Herd, actually left Tinder to start Bumble in 2014. She felt as though the dating app industry was dominated by men at the time and it needed a fresh, new perspective, a woman's perspective. And that's where she decided to take a new direction with Bumble, which is a dating app where women, rather than men, have to make the first move. Now, Bumble is very similar to Tinder in that they're both swipe-based apps, where to swipe right is to send a like and to swipe left is to reject someone. But when both parties swipe right on each other and they match on Bumble, the woman has 24 hours to send the first message. And if she doesn't send that message within 24 hours, the match expires forever. In theory, it's a great idea. Women have more control over who they interact with on the apps, and men have less pressure of constantly having to drive the conversation and initiate things. But in practice, it actually falls flat on its face. Now, I've matched with thousands of women on Bumble, and over 90% of them open with hello, hey, hi, how are you, a GIF, or a waving emoji. These dry openers give you literally nothing to work with. Like, they do not initiate a conversation whatsoever, which is so funny because the entire premise of Bumble is that it gives women the ability to take the lead in their dating life. They're given the ball and they hand it right back to men in 90% of cases. Bumble tried to do something pretty interesting and unique, but their feminist idea of how dating apps should work just never really played out in practice. Turns out women actually kind of like it when men take the lead. So that is one feature that has really defined Bumble up until this point. And look, it's been almost 10 years of Bumble using this strategy, so they're obviously doing something right. It'd be cool to see Bumble experiment from moving away from that in 2023, because quite frankly, it doesn't look like most women really care about sending the first message anyway. Now, Bumble does have some pretty unique features that no other dating app has. Aside from just dating, they also have Bumble BFF, which allows you to meet friends for platonic reasons, as well as Bumble Business, which is a networking app within the Bumble ecosystem. Now, if you're new to a city or trying to meet new people outside of the dating ecosystem, these are pretty cool features that Bumble's absolutely kicking ass at. But if you are using Bumble strictly as a dating app, let's get into the premium features of Bumble. Starting with Bumble Boost, which comes at a price of $16.99 per month. With Bumble Boost, users can reverse a left swipe if they made a mistake. It also allows them to extend the time of their matches for another 24 hours. So if a woman doesn't start a conversation within the first 24 hours, it gives them a bit of leeway there. Boost members also get unlimited swipes, one spotlight per week, which basically puts your profile at the top of the swiping stack, and 5 super swipes per week, which are basically super likes. Now, Bumble has another package called Bumble Premium, which is a whopping $39.99 per month. Now, premium members get all of the Bumble Boost features, as well as unlimited advanced filters, the ability to rematch with expired matches, travel mode, which is basically the same thing as Tinder Passport, the Beeline, which allows you to see everyone who's already liked your profile, as well as incognito mode, which basically allows you to use Bumble in a really sneaky way where no one can see your profile unless you like them first, which is basically designed for people to cheat on their significant others. Kind of a weird feature, but okay. But do you need all of these features to have success on Bumble? Well, short answer is no. If your profile is on point, you should have absolutely no issue getting matches on Bumble. But with that said, I think Bumble is actually the most frustrating app to swipe on. If you don't pay for premium, Bumble seriously limits the amount of likes that you can send out per day. And they ruthlessly tease you by putting up the hottest profiles on Bumble once you run out of swipes. It's like, really guys, where were these profiles all day when I had swipes to work with? What are we doing here? But the worst part is when you actually get swipes back and you've gone through enough of a waiting period where you can swipe again, when you do end up finding these hot profiles again and swiping right, they're most of the time matches. Like, Bumble literally withholds your hottest matches unless you pay or wait over 24 hours. Really, really frustrating. It's something that Tinder does a little bit, but like nowhere nearly as bad as Bumble. Like, Bumble is just figured out the thing in our animal brain that will like make us most optimally likely to pay for Bumble Premium. They're exploiting it. Whereas I feel like Tinder and Hinge are a little more chill about this. You can tell that that one kind of hit me personally. kind of fuming. I'll try to chill. I'll try to calm down a little bit here. But honestly, the very nature of Bumble is reason enough not to pay for premium features. Think about it. Imagine paying $40 per month to see all of your likes. You swipe right on them, you have all these matches, and there's still a possibility that you can't even talk to these people because they haven't sent you the first message and the match expires. Why would you pay money for the opportunity to let your matches run out of time? Makes no sense. Pretty bad UI, and it's a big reason why I think the very thing that makes Bumble unique is actually the biggest thing holding Bumble back from being the best dating app out right now. It's a tricky situation because if they allowed men to send the first message, it'd make their user experience just way better for everyone. But at the same time, I think the whole like feminist branding of letting women send the first message is what causes so many women to download Bumble in the first place, which makes it a very sticky situation, puts Bumble in a tough place as a business. Now, even if these girls do message you, I found that the women on Bumble tend to be the least intentional out of all of the major dating apps. If you guys watch a lot of my texting videos, you'll see that I always check for intentions. And typically people will either say, you know, I'm looking for something casual, I'm looking for something more serious, or they'll give you like a non-answer, like, oh, I don't know, I'm just bored, or I'm looking for Spotify recommendations, or, oh, my friends told me to check this out, so I'm just kind of, you know, checking it out, not looking for anything. Like, all the people who give you those nothing responses, feels like they're always on Bumble. Feels like people download Bumble for no reason. Like, they actually don't have any intentions of dating. So, needless to say, Bumble, a lot of time wasters. I wouldn't take it too seriously. As far as the optimal dating strategy for Bumble, don't take it too seriously. Don't pay for premium. Just run out of swipes every day. Get your swipes in, get the matches, and just try to get them off the app. Like, try to figure out which girls are serious, which girls are just there wasting time. Get them off the app. Get their Instagram, get their number, whatever, and try to wheel them there, because Bumble is just overall a pretty big waste of time. Mind you, I still get dates from Bumble all the time. It's a great dating app, but of the top 3, it kind of falls flat on its face. Like, there are way better dating apps out there. Okay, what I will say though is Bumble internationally is really good. Like, if you're using Bumble outside of North America and you're going traveling, it seems like people in a lot of different markets around the world have Bumble as their like priority dating app. So North America kind of sucks, you know, in the Western world it kind of sucks, but if you're traveling abroad, Bumble's actually like pretty solid dating app, I'm not gonna lie. All right, enough ranting about Bumble. That was a frustrating part of the video to film because I think you can tell how I feel about Bumble. I feel like you already know that I'm not gonna rate that the #1 dating app in 2023. But with all that said, let's get into dating app number 3, Hinge. Hinge is rapidly growing. There are about 6 million active users on Hinge right now. And the coolest thing about Hinge is that its default free features absolutely blow the features of other dating apps out of the water. First off, Hinge is the only of these 3 dating apps that is not based on mutually anonymous swipes. What I mean by that is on Tinder and Bumble, both parties have to swipe right without knowing what the other person sent. But on Hinge, when you send a like, it notifies the other person like, hey, Hunter likes you and wants to match with you. Would you like to accept his like? It's like every single like on Hinge is a super like. And mind you, Hinge gives you significantly less likes per day that you can send out, but they're so much more lethal, like they're so much more effective that they go a really, really long way without having to buy a premium feature. So that's a really, really cool feature of Hinge. Similarly, when people send you likes, you can check out a list that shows you all the people who have liked you, which is pretty neat. You can also add messages to your likes when you send them out on Hinge for free, which is a feature that's only available on Tinder's most expensive tier, Tinder Platinum. Hinge also allows you to change your location to literally anywhere in the world, again, for free. You don't need to buy Tinder Passport, you don't need to buy, premium Bumble. You can just put your location wherever you want, swipe around the world, have a good time. Hinge also has really cool profile features such as voice prompts. And this is something that went absolutely viral on TikTok within the past year of just people making videos of funny voice prompts. And voice prompts are a really good way to add character and personality to your profile, which can be kind of hard to convey through just photos and text alone. Now, compared to the other 2 dating apps, Hinge requires users to put the most information on their profile. Now, Tinder and Bumble have a lot of options to include them, but Hinge actually makes it mandatory to include at least 6 photos on your profile and at least 3 prompts in your profile, in addition to a wide variety of personal data as well, such as education, family plans, religion, etc. As far as Hinge's premium features, Hinge only has one premium package. They don't make you pay for different tiers. They just have a straight up preferred membership, which runs for $29.99 per month. And what that includes is unlimited likes. It also unlocks your list of people who have liked you. If you're not paying for Hinge, they're all blurred out and you have to go one by one and swipe through them all. But with Hinge Premium, you can much more efficiently sift through them, which is pretty nice. It also allows you to filter people by even more criteria, such as education, politics, etc. And it also gives you access to twice as many standout profiles, which are basically like the top picks on Hinge. Now, to be honest, Hinge is so good for free that unless you have money burning a hole in your pocket and one of those premium features just really stands out to you, there's absolutely no need to pay for premium Hinge. It's actually kind of a bit of a waste of money because Hinge is literally better than like Tinder Platinum and it's free. Now, as far as the users on Hinge, of the 3 dating apps, I find the users on Hinge tend to be the most serious. I think that's because Hinge was originally released as the dating app that was meant to be deleted. And that was basically generally geared towards people looking to find a serious relationship. But Hinge has recently kind of softened their language there, and I feel like their users have followed suit. Whether people are looking for something serious or a little bit more casual, Hinge is by far the easiest place to actually just close dates that show up and don't flake. The only downside of Hinge is that it dramatically changes based on where you're located. Throughout most of the US, Canada, and the UK, Hinge is an absolutely incredible dating app, but I've traveled throughout the world too, and like, let me tell you, in Latin America, Mexico, some parts of Europe like Greece, Hinge is basically useless. So unless you live in one of the top markets where Hinge is just dominating, Hinge is basically pointless to even download because literally just no one uses it in a lot of the world, which is the biggest downside of Hinge. Like, it's literally only effective in very specific places of the world. I'm curious where you guys are watching from and if Hinge is popular or as good in your area. Please let me know down in the comments because I'm very curious where Hinge is actually killing it and where Hinge basically doesn't exist. Okay, with all that, guys, so let's get into the final decision now. Which dating app is best in 2023? I'm sure you guys know by now, it's obviously not Bumble. That app is pretty rough compared to the other two. Tinder is really solid, awesome place to meet people. It also doesn't really vary by location. Like, I feel like it's the top dating app in pretty much every country in the world. So Tinder's really good. But look, I am based out of North America and I've had probably the best results, success, experience just using Hinge. I think the user experience on that app is just so far superior, and I would just love to see it rolled out to more parts of the world. And hopefully this video helps do that. Like, hopefully you see this and think, you know what? Maybe I'll give Hinge a try because Wingman Plus is talking so highly about it. Honestly, guys, none of these dating apps pay me. Like, I have no incentive to talk crap or talk highly about any of them. But Hinge is just so good. It'd be crazy for me not to say that it is the best dating app in 2023. Tinder, Bumble, step it up. Hinge, you're the winner. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please pound that like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.